There are some films made for the big screen. There are some films made for the small screen. Some films are meant to be blockbusters. Some films are meant to be on streaming services. Expendables 4 does not fit in any of those categories. Normally, when we like something, our reviews are pretty short. When we dislike something, our reviews tend to be a little bit longer. Welcome back to A Tales of Two Bros. My name is Angel,
I'm Adan.
where we give you a review at least once a week. Spoiler alert. By the time of this review on the score on Rotten Tomatoes, it's 16% by the critics and 71% by the audience. Maybe if you're high. By the way, how was your theater experience?
It was all right. There was barely anybody in there.
It is directed by Scott Woe. I think he did other ones too.
I think you originally
Oh, he
thought that
did.
was supposed to be like
No, he
Seagal
directed. No, he directed Hidden
or
Strike.
Stallone. Oh, Hidden Strike? Okay, then this makes a lot of
So it's a
sense.
lot more. Yes, especially with the CGI. Because
Yeah.
oh my God, was there so much in studio CGI where it's meant to be outside, like the chases. So it makes total sense on
hmm
how bad it was. Because yes, he was the director of Hidden Strike. He was also the director of Need for Speed.
Active Filer.
I thought that was okay.
Never saw it. But
That
this
oh
is
yeah,
like I think his sixth film. Like I'm pulling up
right.
IMDb right now, and per IMDb's ratings now, mind you,
Mm.
he's hasn't yet to score above a 6.4 for their quality of films.
You have five writer credits. Kurt Wimmer had Daggett Hart, Max Adams, Spencer Cohen, and created by Dave Callahan. Dave Callahan also was one of the original creators of the first one, working with Sylvester Stallone in the writing credits.
hmm
Now you have here starring, even though like Sylvester Stallone was the main draw of attraction for the Expendable films, you have top billing Jason Statham, and there's a reason for it.
hmm
Then you have 50 Cent, Megan Fox, Dolph Lundgren, Tony Jaa, Iko Iwas, Andy Garcia. Then Sylvester Stallone, Randy Couture, Jacob Scipio, which I thought was amazing. He was the best part of the movie.
He was absolutely entertaining. He basically was Antonio Banderas.
Well, he was supposed to be the son.
Yes, but he pretty much just said, I watched Expendables 3 and said, I'm going to be Antonio Banderas.
No, he did not watch Expendables 3. He watched Expendables 3, Desperado, Assassins,
That's fair.
maybe listen to Puss in Boots, freaking everything where Antonio Banderas was at his peak.
Yeah.
He even had the same haircut pretty much
It
that
was
he
pretty
had
damn close. Yeah.
in Expendables 3.
He even did the
Levi,
whole hand thing.
yes. Yeah, I mean, that's the best part. For me, he was the best part. And I was like disappointed that they kind of downplayed him because when he was on, it was excellent. Levi Tran, the tattoo blonde with the
hmm
steel whip, which it really made no sense. Lucy Newman Williams, Darren Knapp, and so many more, so many more, so many more. Kim and I saw it and we were like, what the hell's going on? What the hell's going on? Because this definitely felt like a directed to DVD movie to me.
Absolutely.
The editing was atrocious. It started off with action, which was great. I was like, they're coming in with pretty much how is usually done, especially with the first one, because I have not really seen part two or part three. And I stand corrected. When I an original review of Expendables, I was hoping that this will be better than the previous sequels. After watching this, the sequels are far better than this.
True.
You text me that this should have been called
Expendables Christmas.
no, it should have been called Christmas.
Yeah, it
It,
should have been.
it
Yeah.
should be called Christmas an Expendable Story.
Yes.
That's what it should have been called. It shouldn't have been called The Expendables 4 because he was the star. And what I liked about the first Expendables, and I will say fairly with the other two, is that it was a entourage. It was mainly a story with the other group, but mainly of
The,
Ross and Christmas. It
yeah.
was those two guys. And I like that in here where the bantering was going off when he went to meet Christmas at the house
Yeah.
and him and Megan Fox were fighting. And Megan was horrible, by the way. I could not stand her.
But speaking of that scene with Megan Fox at the beginning, right off the bat, unnecessary for one, or if we're going to scrub a scene, opening action scene. I'll explain why. Because the whole scene with Megan Fox cuts half the whole action scene from the beginning. Because, He's going
Oh
for the
yeah, I mean,
general with, and
right.
he's going after all the guys. All of a sudden, we were back to Jason. I'm like, okay, we're going into the whole Expendable story now, and then we go right back to the scene.
As if nothing, no time elapsed.
Exactly, and I'm like, what the hell is
Like,
this?
right. Like I would have appreciated if they just let it run the whole action scene where the general is being attacked,
Or get rid
or
of the second half.
no, or keep that in, keep the whole thing in, and then go to Barney on his motorcycle, or start the movie with Barney on the motorcycle, and then they banter, say, I gotta go to the bar to get my ring back, then cut it to the island of the invasion.
Yeah, that
Say
makes
they
sense.
go, so while they're traveling to the bar, then we're seeing this happen down, boom, 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 boom. And then this is why they get called in during
Mm-hmm.
that time frame, because the intel comes in. So I mean, that would have been ideal. I had a major problem with that editing stuff because yeah, it did not make sense to me. The flow cut off. Also goes to show, don't eat where you shit, or don't shit where you eat.
Yeah, they did have a lot of problems.
Because, well, no, because Jason and Megan were both expendables, but they were also lovers.
Mm-hmm.
You don't date where you work.
Yeah.
Okay, I already told you what the best thing for me was. There are so many faux pas and ugliness in this film. But again, homeboy acting just like the character of his father was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Dallin, played by Jacob Scipio, doing this mannerism of Antonio Banderas, and which was great. I mean, you of course, if you're raised by your father, you're gonna have your father's qualities or mannerism.
Correct.
Was 50 Cent needed? No.
Him or his music.
Oh my God. Did that make it made no sense? Why would it have
I
his music?
laughed because I know that was probably written into his contract so he can get more money for the rights for using his song.
I mean, for me, I was like, are they really playing his music while he's in the movie?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I
Then
was like, that's cheesy.
also the 50 Cent body slam.
Well, I don't get that one.
When they're doing the you mentioned the car chase with the bad CGI for the
Oh
background.
my God. Oh yeah,
and
he's like,
the Hulk smash by
right.
50 Cent. And I'm like, first of all, I don't watch too many 50 Cent movies.
What,
I've seen a
does he
couple.
do that? Has he done that?
He's done several action. He's done multiple action films.
No. I'm talking about the slamming on like
In the
lifting
ones I have seen, no, not in any of the ones I've seen. I'm like, there's been nothing to allude that super like 50 Cent is Superman.
I mean, the whole action sequence things, multiple things like were atrocious, and especially the car chase where they're trying to get Eco
I
or
think they were
Runmat.
trying to have him as the replacement for Terry Crews, which made no like he's half the size of Terry Crews.
Or they're trying to have your token black guy. Is that what you're trying to
Yeah.
say? Racist. But
Because Terry Crews was like the small. He was the strong guy, but he was also the funny. And Terry Crews brought a lot to the table.
Terry Crews should have been here. That's one thing. Like I liked him.
Yeah.
In this, like Dolph Lundgren again, horrible acting. The only time he was really good in this, and the acting wise, when we first see him sitting down talking about his wig.
That was funny.
But after that, the acting was horrible. Okay, I already said my favorite part. What about you? What was your favorite moment or anything like that?
Action wise, and I like the main villain,
Runmat.
I like his fighting style. I like the way he does a lot of movies. But you know what he reminded me of? And we did a review on it. Was it Flaming Fist or whatever? It was the unofficial sequel to the Warrior Wu Assassins.
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember right now. I'm not going to look it up because I don't want. That's another horrible film.
Yes, but it's on our channel. We've reviewed it.
Sure, for those listening or watching, is a double feature review. We did it with Jamie Foxx's vampire movie.
Yes, it was Fistful of Vengeance. That's what it was.
Yes, and it should have been a penny full of quarters.
And for some reason, his performance here reminded me of that. In Fistful of Vengeance, it feels watered down like it does in some other films. And when he's really goes at it, he can go at it. Like I wanted him to go with Tony Jaa. Like I just wanted. That was a fantasy fight.
Yes. That is a fantasy fight scene right there. Mm-hmm. Him against Tony Jaa.
I knew it was going to go with Jason Statham, but just for the story.
But the thing is like, okay, Tony Jaa's character he's like a born again monk, if you will, that put his vengeful, vicious side to the past. And then he comes back out to get revenge for Barney. We see him go to Runmat's second in command, and then he needs help by the girl with the steel whip, which makes no sense in a submarine setting. That steel whip makes no sense. And then
I mean,
she's
they were
always
on the
walking.
top deck, but
Yeah, I understand, but they're inside too, and she's walking around spinning it. I'm like,
Mhm.
why are you spinning that? Because you won't be able to use it when it's right there. Because when
Yeah.
when you're walking down, you have a gun already loaded and pointed in the vicinity where you may need it. Spinning it around or having a knife like in the front ready to use when you it just I mean, it was for aesthetics. I get it, but it was like stupid. But again, Tony Jaa's character, if he was such a badass as described, no help should have been needed. He should have taken that guy out easily
Yeah.
and then have a fight with, say, a fight with Ranma, and then Christmas, Jason Statham comes in. Then it's a 2-on-1 because Ranma is such a badass that say that Tony Jaa is, not on his game, that he's having a little trouble
Hmm.
because Ranma had the spiked tonfas. Tony Jaa's character only had the knife or Chris.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, not Chris, not Chris. That's a different name. But it would have been better like that. Those two badasses should have been fighting one another.
You know, it's also
But Jason Statham Christmas has to fight, and then he has to win. He has to win. I was like, come on.
here's the other thing with those tonfas. Thinking to myself, what are you, the Indonesian Buffy vampire slayer? What? Why are you carrying stakes? Are you hunting like vampires?
I understand what you're saying, but I kind of like that because he just put like a little twist to it. There is probably tonfas like that, with that little modification with the spikes at the both ends. I kind of digged it.
Fair enough.
I mean, wooden ones though. Yes, you're right, Buffy.
It would have
thing.
it would have made more sense if they were like metal or something like that.
Right.
It would be more
Right.
efficient.
Correct. When Andy Garcia's character came in to brief.
By the way,
about
those
a
two
thing-
twists, those two ending twists, I saw them coming a mile away.
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, granted, I was surprised to see Barney die. I was like, oh wow, really? But then when the missiles land, okay, there's missiles that land on the submarine. Nothing happens. Like it doesn't sink.
Well, here's the thing.
Those are controlled missiles or
the
rocket
whole
launchers.
thing about Barney dying, I'm like, and even though they show the body, I'm like, he's gonna come back. He's
I thought so too.
he's gonna be alive
Especially-
some stupid way.
Well, when I thought about it, it's like the body's crisp, but the clothes are still on.
Hmm.
The leather glove hand that he has for his injury, and the hat is like still on there, a little charred.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's like the guy doesn't match his height or belt.
Nope. And that was the other thing I was thinking about, like jumbo
And dental
shrimp.
records.
Jumbo shrimp.
Dental records.
That he used to fake his death.
How did you know?
Well, first of all,
No. No, I'm talking about him. How did Barney know that doing this assignment, this mission will lead to kidnapping? Because he kidnapped the guy. He kidnapped Jumbo Shrimp, put him in the cargo, dressed him up, identical to him.
mhm.
When did you have this time to do all that? The debriefing, the setting up, all this stuff. I was like, this is bad writing.
And then on top of which, they never really clarified that Jumbo Shrimp is a criminal or like a really bad guy. He's a dick.
Right. Like did he deserve that?
No, he probably didn't.
No, I don't think so either.
And I'm like,
But-
that's so out of character for like all
Barney.
the Barney. Like he's never sacrificed innocence that didn't deserve it.
Right.
You know.
Now, real quick, but before we get on there, so like when Andy Garcia's character Marsh shows up again, right?
Yeah.
Or comes to debriefing, did it not remind you of Fast and Furious with Mr. Nobody?
Oh yeah.
Because from what I remember, especially from watching the first Expendables, that these guys are mercenaries. They're hired. They don't just fall into the government. I don't remember part 2 or part 3.
I was thinking about that too. I'm like, I don't remember part 2 or 3 like they getting back with the government. I thought they were still just their own independent party. I'm like, how is it Andy Garcia's coming in after Sly's demise, Barney's demise, and just going, you're out of the mission. It's her now who's in charge. I'm like, well, who makes that call? Like that doesn't sound right. Yes. When did we become corporate?
Right. Exactly. No, exactly right. These are a band of mercenaries. They take jobs when they feel is worth their while in the sense they can get out, even though they're expendables. They don't take that lightly.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's rip on Megan Fox here. So for someone who's supposed to be a badass, why is she always snickering and smiling and unfit for the part? She was 100% unfit for the part. She didn't look like a badass. She looked like someone who had way too many surgeries with pounds of makeup and had lacked any leadership skills. She didn't command any leadership
Oh,
at
but she
all.
did plan for the dagger that and she's like, this is all part of my plan. I'm like, bullshit.
I don't know that it was part of her plan, but she knew that he gave her a tracking device. So she
Yes.
took it because she knew, but it was just so she was not needed. Plus, also, when you're in the field and be it girl, be it male, it doesn't matter. When you're in the field, I'm sorry, your hair does not fall down flattering and all sexiness while you're in the field. Your hair is pulled back because you need no obstruction of your view to fight. She had that hair down. The blonde had a hair down. It was freaking stupid.
I wasn't paying
I'm
attention
not
to
even. I'm
her.
not military. I am not military, but I know that you don't want nothing to obstruct your view.
Tell that to Gunner. He needs to get rid of the wig.
But didn't he have like? Was he? He was wearing a head thing.
Yeah, he did have a
wasn't even
bandana.
wearing a head thing to
But
keep
his hair
eyes
did
away.
look kind of weird because Tony Jaa's character was like, nice hair.
But the thing is, his hair was out of the way. Tony Jaa's hair was out of the way. They had hair pieces, whatever. Like the only person who did not need it, only two people who did not need it, was
Jason
50
Statham?
Cent and Jason Statham. They did not have to wear a headpiece because they had no hair
True.
or very little. And then here we go back to the chase, the car chase. Christmas is driving, or Christmas and Randy Couture was driving, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Someone was driving. Who was driving? No. Who was driving?
Chris.
No, the
No,
Spanish kid.
Well, they were
Christmas?
both. They both were driving at one point.
Right, but I think Randy Couture was driving with 50.
Yes.
And this and Antonio's son, I'm gonna call it Antonio's son.
Gallon and Christmas were driving together.
Right. So they're chasing a car, and the guy turns around to shoot them. Right. Jason throws the knife to lock it in.
Yep.
That's not how physics works.
I know.
You're not going ahead and you throw a knife that you're throwing faster and harder, that the knife will go ahead of you and lock into that Gatling gun, whatever that was. It would not. If it was flipped around, say they're being chased and he throws it, then I understand. But if you throw it and you're going that fast, be it 50, 60, even 20 miles, that knife will come right back at you as if it was a boomerang, even though it wasn't.
Actually, no, there is precedent for it, where it for a couple reasons. One, there's the draft or the drift of it, where the wind is being diverted from the vehicle in the front. But if you are moving at a certain pace, you can throw something, it will go forward because you're adding velocity to that's already existent. The part that's really unbelievable is locking it into the chain when he has a giant body mass by it. We understand, yeah, you're a really good shot with throwing a knife. Why didn't you just kill the guy?
Okay, so I'm going to say this. Unless you can send me a link to Mythbusters or something like that.
They did it on Mythbusters.
A car going that, two
they
cars.
They didn't throw a knife.
Throw a knife.
They didn't throw a knife, but I am pretty confident. Oh, I gotta find the video now. I gotta find out.
What did they throw? If they anything, they shot something. They didn't throw anything.
Yeah, they always shot something. But I'm quite confident that they did a video where they show that velocity doesn't.
For
get
those listening or watching,
find it for us. We'll watch it.
If you can believe the bullshit my brother is saying about you can go 50 miles per hour going towards another car, throwing a knife that a person's arm is stronger than the velocity of a car going that will go ahead. Please send it in the comments below, because I have not seen that at all. I'm sorry. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a physics guy, but I call utter bullshit on that.
All right.
Especially when you have several feet away. Like, okay, now you can't shoot a gun off a train and expect to hit a target. Okay. That you cannot do. You cannot hit a target while the train is moving away. So many variables there, even though it may seem like it's still. You cannot hit a target, especially like a person. Maybe a bigger target, yes, but a smaller target. So I'm sorry. No.
Okay. How about when I'm just gonna call him Woo Fighter. When
Rumnat was his name.
Ramat.
Iko
Eco.
is the actor.
So when he
Oh,
gets the
okay.
50 caliber, he turns it around. He's like, I don't have an angle. And I'm like, well,
I
yeah,
was like,
you're right next to him.
duh.
You're right next to him.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It makes hello. But okay, did you or did you not expect the guy that they're trying to do an exchange for in the orange bodysuit?
To be
Did you
the other
not
stunt
expect
guy,
from the raid?
that
Yes.
would have been great.
I was thinking that. I was hoping that that would have been his boy who played Mad Dog in the raid, Yayan Ruhian.
There's a lot of missed opportunities, and like I'm quite sure a lot of people saw the script and said, "Nah."
I thought that would have been him when they took the hood off to expose the guy's face. I was like, eligible.
Yeah,
Because they both did a cameo in Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
yeah, and done a lot of other projects together. Still,
Of course, yeah, they did. But so I thought they would have done that. Just to reiterate, two things I liked: the bantering of between Christmas and Ross in the beginning, and Antonio's character's son.
you know what? I still like Randy Couture.
Okay, he was funny.
He's like
in
the
sense
one holdout and still doing his like his bit about the ear.
Right. So it's a callback to the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I kind of like that in the sense of that, how he strongly feels about that. And then he gives him an opportunity like that. It's like an icebreaker now it becomes
Yeah.
for him. Kim was like, when she saw it, she was like, what the hell is wrong with his ear? I said, yeah, it's from his MMA days. I said, I know, but it even looks worse. It's like because he probably still trains. And
Yeah,
so he doesn't use
he
the
like
headgear.
in
So.
one of the lines he's giving, he's like, "Yeah, I even trained it like 9 times. You want to touch it? No, yeah."
All right, because it's at the bar. He's talking.
No, this was in the plane with
Oh, talking to the girl because
yeah.
of the middle finger she did or something like that.
Which,
She
by
did
the
the
way,
middle.
like I
It was not a
double
middle finger,
she no, she was doing the pinky, but
right? But it
50
was
was
like
like
in
it's
that's
essentially the middle finger.
right.
It was bugging me because I'm like, I don't know who you are, like. And then I Googled her and I'm like, oh, she was in Haunting of Hill House. And I'm like, I remember now who she is. Let's just say, like, Megan Fox has more credit to action films than she does.
What? Because of Transformers and Rogue.
Transformers, Rogue, Ninja Turtles, but yes.
She didn't do anything in Ninja Turtles.
But she's been in those
Okay,
films.
so when
This girl was in like TV shows, is what I'm saying.
right.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, like with Expendables, the first one was so great that how they promoted it was, all these action stars at one time, now together. Granted, Terry Crews never was in an action film. He was mostly into comedies and some dramas here and there.
And Randy
But
Couture too, but he was
well,
a
Randy
MMA
Couture did some.
fighter.
No, but he did some action films. He did like a Scorpion King prequel and some other smaller roles.
That was
But it
before
dealt with,
Expendables?
yes. But anyway,
Oh, you're
he
right.
had some. Oh, thank you. And had some experience in that sense. Dolph Lundgren, of course, yes. And the other guys, yes. Here is like the people in action is now only 3. Well, 4. Jason, Sylvester, Dolph Lundgren, Randy Couture. I'm not going to count 50. And I don't know what the other kid did.
Gallon did. No, I'm pulling him up. He's done some action. He was in Bad Boys for Life, The Outpost, some military films. Yeah, he's done some stuff.
It's the first time for me.
Yeah, in the previous Expendables, let's put it that way. They have more of a moment to shine for those other action stars than they did here.
It was Jason's show.
Yes,
it was. It was basically a Jason Statham movie.
Yeah, even Gallon, who we did like, he didn't really get too much of a moment to shine. He showed up for like one, other than like
he was a driver.
He was a driver. Expressed passion for
Barney,
and he snuck up on a couple people, but he didn't finish like any of the big guys off.
That's what she said.
Right.
Like,
he had no clean kills like you've seen the other guys did.
Like Bach, who fought Tony Jaa, and that guy is a stunt actor. He's been in a lot of films and projects that we've seen, actually. But as a stunt man, kudos for him, but it wasn't enough to bring to the table.
Right. Now, I also find this funny. This is done in so many movies. Anyway, it's not just here, but in any like military movie or similar, when they always lock and load. I find that hysterical. You're going to load, like you're not even there yet, and you're going to lock and load. So you're going to put one in a chamber. You put one in a chamber 2 scenes ago. You didn't fire one shot yet.
And they
So
like it low
why?
again.
Yeah. So why are you doing it? It's like it makes like every movie does that. Everyone. I mean, except for maybe the real true to like technical military movies.
Yeah,
They don't do that because they don't have to do that because you don't need to do that.
it's already loaded.
Especially if you fire, it's already loaded, or you only lock and load when you need to, in the sense of right when you're on the field, when you're about to get into some fireworks. You
Okay.
know,
When you were talking about that, I did think of a scene that I did enjoy when they're
okay.
rewatching the video of the streamer and they're talking to
Oh,
themselves and he's sneaking on the boat and one of the guys goes, I wish to meet him. He's like my new hero. And
yeah.
then he goes and slaughters them all. And I'm
Now,
like,
okay. Did you not think of Transporter?
absolutely, 100%. I was the entire moment that he's throughout the ship, being surrounded, taking them on. I'm like,
No, 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 not that. No, during the streaming, he's wearing the black suit,
oh, that too,
white
that
shirt, and the
too.
black tie. I was like,
But the
and
action that it was done for him, I was like, that's very transport. It was very transporter-ish when they were
oh
doing
yeah,
the action scene with him on the
the moving,
motorcycle.
then the pose, the moving. Oh, the motorcycle thing was so freaking stupid.
The only thing that would have like sealed the deal, like this is transporter redone in another universe, is
Oh
if there
my
was an
god, that
oil
was so
bin
stupid.
that would have fallen over and he dipped himself in oil. If that happened, I would have like, I'm walking out the theater. This is Transporter 7.
Dude, I mean, okay. So apparently, the boat, submarine, whatever it is, the cargo ship is freaking huge. That he can ride and jump off. Was it a plane that tipped over a plane?
It was a
Some
cardboard, it was a wooden plane to look like a jet that they,
okay, but he goes up, able to angle, shoot at the other character, and then land on both wheels
mind you, before that, uses the tank of the motorcycle as a like a
as a
shield.
shield.
The
Right.
tank.
And didn't the bike have headlights before?
They all did, yeah. But they're like those little
But
LED light. Yeah,
right, but the thing is, like, there's a scene where he doesn't have the LED lights. Then he has it on, then is on, then is off, is on, then is off.
yeah.
It's just so bad.
I don't know how I answered for that one, but
Yeah, I
I
mean,
thought when he did the jump, he was going to use the machine guns to shoot at the cabin for the boat
yes,
because he twisted it
yes,
that way. But magically,
right.
it twisted back down and angled downward when he shot.
Yeah, this became what we hate of Fast and Furious.
Fair enough.
The outlandish stunts, the uncalled for stunts,
I thought you were going to say
basic.
Triple X.
Well, I haven't seen after maybe the second one with Ice Cube. I
Did you
think there's
like the
three of
first
them.
one?
Not really, no, but Ice Cube was in it, so I thought it was all cool. And I saw the one with Donnie Yen. I only watched it because of Donnie Yen.
There's a Triple X with done again.
Yeah, because Triple X is a
Serious.
organization. Was an organization, so there's different people, right? There's
Oh,
different types of
I only kept up with the first one.
right because Donnie Yen is in it. Mike Bisping from UFC, the MMA fighter,
Hmm.
now a commentator, and they're all going after Vin Diesel's character one way or another. Then they team up and work together to take down this organization, something like that. It's whatever. But Donnie Yen was, as always, awesome.
Wow.
Anyway, I can rip on this like for another 5 hours, and we have things to do.
True.
Worth the watch.
Yeah. That wasn't even intentional, but it sounded perfect.
No, it's not worth the watch.
Mm-mm.
If you're a fan of Sylvester Stallone, don't watch it. If you're a fan of Jason Statham,
Maybe.
it
Yeah.
is right up your alley. If you're
Fan of action
that's it.
films.
If you're a fan of action films, don't see it. This is a waste of time. It could be considered one and done. I am not going to own this. I only own the first Expendables and the director's cut of the first Expendables, even though I think that cut is horrible.
Yeah.
But I bought it, so I have it. I don't have the other two, but after seeing this, I may watch Expendables 2. I may watch Expendables 3.
I might do it
Eh,
too because I got an
just
argument
to
with our
see how
godfather about
just to
the
see
2
how
and
good
3.
they are. Right. There are some movies that are meant to be one and done, meaning after the first movie, no sequels will ever be needed. This is one of those.
True.
Expendables 1 to me, I know you don't like Expendables, the first one. I hold it dear to my heart. Is right up there with Predator, Rambo as well. I mean, in
Yeah.
the Rambo series, I like First Blood and I like Rambo 4, the one he
Even
directed.
though I didn't like it, I still respected it. It didn't earn like my my ire. This one, I was like,
Which one?
the
The first
first one.
one?
Yeah, the first one.
Expendables. Okay.
This one, though, even though I'm not, granted, we all paid a portion. I have a subscription to go to the theater. I felt a little bit.
I don't
Yeah.
anymore. I don't have AMC anymore.
So you felt even saltier.
Right. I joined Regal, but since Kim is still part of AMC, so I said, you know what? I'll do her a favor. I'll pay for this. And after watching it says, the next movie we see, you're paying. I'm going to Regal.
And here's the funny thing, peoples. This review almost didn't happen because my brother, and I'm talking to you, the audience, my brother literally texted me after watching the film, says, don't do it.
I'll post it. I'll post it on the, you'll watch it. I'll post a text on this.
Yeah.
Here.
He was like, don't do it to yourself. We might want to like watch something else. And I'm like, let's just do it. We got to watch something that sucks sometimes.
I know. I mean, I still want to review it, but I was thinking more like, let me see, I'll sell me
how bad it is.
Yeah, sell you not to seeing it. And I actually posted to you my review on Rotten Tomatoes.
You did, yes. Do you usually use Rotten Tomatoes? I don't think you usually review Rotten Tomatoes.
I'm starting to now. So for those who are like Tales of something, especially Tales of Two Bros, but I can't put the whole thing there. But just finish Expendables. Then I post you my review on Expendables.
Yeah.
I would actually say don't go to see. I still want to review. Are you going to watch? No answer. Are you going to watch? Hello.
This was like 10:30. This was like.
But I'm trying to get a response from you. You don't respond.
This was in the morning. I think I was at work.
You answered, and I was like, okay, it's up to you. I go, let me know if you want a review. No problem. Works for me. All right. So trying to get the review because I had to get, I guess, this off my chest. Yeah, this is crap. It does not hold to what the first Expendables has created.
Are you giving everything a rating number?
I am with the critics. It's so low. It's there. It's 16%. Yeah. I can't see how it's 71%.
I'll give it about 45.
But I'm seeing a response like from the audience as if they are the same audience who love the prequels of Star Wars.
Maybe it's the same audience that loves A Hidden Strike. This is filmed the same exact way.
Probably. Oh, don't you freaking ban me on YouTube. We gave a review on Hidden Strike, and someone did not like our take on it, our opinion, saying that the whole video is their copyright, which is BS because we have permission, we have the law behind us of fair usage. So if you're listening, forever who did take us off that actually honest review, no malice intended.
True, because we actually do like Jackie Chan and John Cena. We
do.
In the video, we actually just said we would expect better from the two of you. We hope for more.
So this goes into play. It's not Jackie Chan's fault. It's not John Cena's fault. It's the director's fault. Since he directed Hidden Strike and directed this, and both are trash. No, recognize bad work when it's bad work, and this is one of them.
I'm looking at the trailer more, and I'm like, why? I wonder if they could have just brought Charisma Carpenter and had her do an action, like her first action film or something like that.
Well, yeah, you know what? It would have been cool to bring her back because in the sense we saw her in the first one, and he tells her, "This is what I do." And she's like, I want to do this too. And he trained her. That would have been a better reason to have her back in this movie than have Megan Fox and see that how she became an expendable, became as badass or even more. I bet she had better acting chops than Megan did. And you can believe her as a leader. That would have been a better story right there. Then we see like maybe a flashback. They didn't break up. She was in training. She was on missions and blah, blah, blah. And now she's part of the Expendables family.
I would have gone for that. I don't know. There's so many different things that could have been done.
It would have been full circle. It would have been full circle. But I'll say this. If there's Expendables 5, no. All right, guys, that is our review of Expendables 4. Have you seen it? What did you think of it? What scene did you like? What moments did you like? Let us know in the comments below. If you have a movie or show you would like us to review, please let us know in the comments below or email us at talesoftwobros@gmail.com. Until next time, we'll be the next time. I'm Angel.
I'm Adan.
Love you, bro.
Love you too.
Can you tell I'm really like disappointed with this movie?